Well, good morning, everybody. This is Dear Mama Sal on a wonderful Thursday morning. For those of you who don't know, Thursdays are my Fridays. I don't work on Fridays. Actually, I do. I work on Dear Mama Sal on Fridays. So, for those of you waiting for the weather report, it's a beautiful spring day here in southern British Columbia. 12 degrees. I'm laughing because I know those of you in the east probably don't want to hear that's 53 degrees in American. I'm really sorry. I'm going to try not to chuckle about that because I know some of you are still digging yourself out of snow, and I'm sitting here with 12 degrees already. Okay. I'm sorry. Bill, forgive me. All right, so you can probably hear that my chest, while still a little congested, is a whole lot better than it's been all week. And you might wonder, what did you do? Now, I didn't do what some people suggested, and I did do what other people suggested. I have spent the last couple of days drinking lemon, ginger, and honey in a tea. You know, in other words, making a tea out of that. And that's very soothing, by the way. Very soothing indeed for the throat. And then somebody suggested I drink apple cider and water every morning. I don't know why. I read that about 6:30 in the morning and I wanted to throw up. The idea of drinking apple cider in the morning. And I wasn't sure how that would interact with my medications that I take in the morning. So I'm taking that one on advisement. So I'm not discounting it completely. I'm just going to do a bit of research into that and find out whether vinegar actually interacts with medications at all. And also to find out why. What does apple vinegar do to your body? I'm certain some of you know, and you'll let me know. But I thank the viewer, listener, whatever, for the information, because as much as it wanted to make me want to throw up at that time of the morning, it is something I hadn't heard about, so that's interesting. What I did was I went against my intellect last night. When I was driving home, I needed to stop in at the store to get something, and when I was there, I had a look to see what cough medicines they had that I might take that would be more beneficial. And I am a great believer, as some of you know, in Buckleys, and it tastes terrible, but it works, and that's what their slogan is, and there's a good reason for it. But I noticed that I've been taking Buckleys, and although it tasted terrible, it didn't seem to be breaking up the nasty stuff in my chest. So I went to go and have a look to see is there something else. Now, you and I both know a cold's going to take a week to get over anyway, and I'm very happy that it stays a cold, even if it is a chest cold. But what as you know, what I have a fear of is it going one step deeper than that, because then I go into bronchitis, and I've done pleurisy before now, you know, I do these things well. So anyway, what I did was I had a look, and I noticed that Buckleys had come up with a version I didn't know about, which was specifically for chesty colds, you know, with, got to use the word phlegm because that's what I have. So it was really, then the mind started to go, right? The voice in my head. Some of you know what I'm talking about, going, yeah, but you've still got a bottle of cough medicine at home. You need to finish that first before you start buying other one. Do any of you have that nagging voice? And then I overrode it and I said, no, I've got a chest cold. It's not breaking up the phlegm like it should. Therefore, let me try something specifically made for that. And I actually don't care if I have to spend an extra $11 for that. It's going to be worth it to me to break up that congestion and feel a whole lot better. Now, the question is, did I really expect it to make a damn bit of difference? I mean, I'm sorry to swear, a darn bit of difference. Did I expect it to make a darn bit of difference? And the answer was no, quite honestly. But I was prepared to pay $11 in case it did, if you get my logic. Well, I got news for you. I took a swig of that stuff last night while I was editing. And to my absolute amazement, my cough stopped. That phlegmy cough, my cough stopped almost immediately. I don't think I coughed more than a little bit all evening. And then I thought, you know what I'm going to do before I go to bed? I'm going to take another swig of that stuff. And I did. And I had a great night. Hey guys, I got straight through the construction zone. Got straight through the construction zone. They didn't hold me up at all. Wonderful. I'm a very happy camper. So that's why, and this morning when I woke up, I decided before I even get my taste buds going and have my morning coffee, I'm going to take another swig. So I did. And I've also brought it with me to work in case I start coughing at work. But you can probably hear, listen, I'm a whole lot clearer. I'm actually breathing, and I'm not, you know, I can breathe. Oh, yeah, and that's the other thing I noticed. Because I wasn't coughing all night, my lungs are not sore this morning. My rib cage, muscles, whatever was sore yesterday, isn't sore today. Now, do I still have a bit of a cold? Absolutely. And probably will have for another couple of days. But very, very impressed. And what I wanted to talk about is sometimes, you know, we talk ourselves out of getting the tool that will actually do the job. And so the question is, was it worth $11 yesterday? Absolutely, absolutely worth every cent of it. Because it got rid of the very things that were really causing me distress. I mean, I don't know about you. I'm not a happy little camper blowing my nose, but you know, that's fine. I can handle that. I just don't want to end up with my chest getting infected. So I really want to say that sometimes, you know, you've got to look at life and go, yes, it may cost you $11, but it's the best stuff for the job. So that will bring me into the next question, which is, do you buy products based on their name, or do you just buy whatever you can get? Now, what I'm saying is, you heard me talk at the beginning that I'm inclined to buy Buckleys for cough medicines because they work so well, regardless of the taste. And I believe they now make them in pill form, so you can actually, you know, capsule form, whatever, gels, that's the word. So you actually don't have to have the taste. Yeah, you can swallow the gels. I always remember that after I bought the next bottle. Anyway, so I'm wondering about that. I mean, for example, I can remember somebody saying to me way back don't buy an LG monitor. And I said, why, what should I buy? And they were saying, well, buy a Sony or buy a whatever, a name brand. And I said, but LG is a name brand. It's a well-known name brand. But it came from somebody who didn't know that. By the way, I think I still have my LG monitor. Not only that, when I bought all my kitchen equipment, I also bought LGs. Why? Because a few years before that, I bought a new washer and dryer, and I bought LG. And funny enough, the first thing that happened was it had a problem. And I wasn't very impressed with that. But they immediately sent somebody out and who had a look at it and said, this had nothing to do with the way it was installed. There was actually, there was something had gone slightly wrong when they put it together at the manufacturers. And the guy took out the piece that was faulty and replaced it, and touch wood, all these years later, the thing has never hiccuped. And what a workhorse that is. I mean, that LG laundry pair, worked very hard in my house. And they've done a great job. They really have. So I look at it and I go, yeah, I do that. But some of you, for example, will only buy Bosch, for example, or whatever. So, and I think what happens is we were talking yesterday about rituals and routines. We also get into the habit of buying brands that we enjoy. We get in our comfort zone. Now, for many, many years, for many of us, it was Maytag. That was the, excuse me, that was the go-to. See, even that's a lot better. One cough, not hack, 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 hack. For many, many years, Maytag was the go-to brand. You didn't care how much you paid for it, you just needed a Maytag. So I look at it and go, that's our comfort zone. Now, I can remember one Christmas wanting to do something, getting a nice present for Yvonne downstairs, and I knew that she needed a microwave. So I bought her a microwave, and guess what I did? I went against the grain, and I bought her a brand I'd never heard of. And she said the same as I did, basically. I've never heard of this brand, and immediately was suspicious of it. And I said, hey, don't look a gift horse in the mouth. It's a free microwave. Enjoy it. And I have to tell you, it's probably 10 years later and she's still enjoying it. So apparently it's not a bad name. So that's how we find new things, right? We have to actually experience new things to be able to find out they're trustworthy. And I wonder whether that's true of people as well. That we actually do need to, if we get burned through somebody breaking our trust, then it takes a while for us to get safe again and feel that we can trust people again, or want to even trust people again. And I think it's very interesting that we naturally, when we've been burned by somebody, we sort of really circle the wagons, sort of thing, and we make sure that we protect ourselves. And then, it takes a lot for us to just say, okay, fine, I'm prepared to let somebody into my comfort zone again. And I'm certain a lot of you have had that experience as well, where, something's happened where you go, whoa, I'm not going to trust this again. And you slam down all the walls. And then after a few months, you sort of go, okay, fine, I think I don't like living like this. I want to start letting people back in again. So here's the question really about, let's get the right tools for the job. And whether that job is friendship, therefore the tools that you need are good people. And whether that is equipment in your kitchen, in which case the tools that you need are the right appliances. And then, in my case, even the right cough medicine for your body. And I'm not saying that the cough medicine that works on my body is going to work on yours. That's not what I'm saying. I'm certain we've all got our own go-to cough medicine. I'm so glad I took the risk and spent the money. I'm so glad I found there was a new tool in the toolbox that I didn't know about. And as you can probably see with my face, it has lightened up my whole day. And now I can just deal with the cold itself. On that very positive note, I would ask you to please remember to subscribe if you haven't. Please make sure that you check below and check the various links to the various Dear Mama Sal sites. And oh, by the way, we're still playing with the dearmamasal.com site and looking at maybe a slightly different design to it. Why? Because we can. And if there are any changes you'd like to see in the website, just feel free to give us your input. Doesn't mean that it will necessarily happen, but this is a good time to talk to me about the fact that you'd like to see one thing or another. I still haven't got the new calendar in. While I think about it, that is something that I wanted to add in, so we can keep everybody's birthdays in a calendar that would automatically come up on the front page, so we don't forget. Alright everybody, have a wonderful day, and remember to look after one another. Be a friend. Be a good friend if you can. And if you can't, make sure the intent was there. Have a wonderful day, and just know that I am definitely on the mend. For those of you who've been concerned, as a lot of you always are, I'm actually definitely feel like I'm on the mend today. This is Dear Mama Sal saying bye-bye for now.